level of PM 2.5 would fall between 0 to 50 ppm, parts per million, on the air quality index. A reading of 150 to 200 ppm is considered unhealthy. I was hoping the number would fall in this range. Andy shot me a look. "Sure you want to know?" He clicked his radio and began talking in Mandarin. Of course I wanted to know. I wanted to gauge the air quality and safety for the hundreds of people working outdoors. I also had other concerns on my mind, and they were as pervasive as the smog. Andy pinched the receiver in his ear and listened to a garbled response. His Mandarin was much better than mine, but he was still shaky. However, with something like an air quality reading, it was pretty basic. "ppm is approaching 600, he translated. "And climbing. It'll get worse throughout the day." Jesus, I thought. Gotta be a karmic lesson in all of this. It's as if Maoist China, long underfed and mostly agrarian for thousands of years, finally got to gorge on the mass-produced factory food of their industrial revolution, and, when indigestion set in and China farted, Mother Earth gave her a Dutch oven. If there's a lesson, it's one I did not have the perspective to appreciate. Not only was the air quality an issue that day, so was the safety of one of America's most valuable assets. As part of our launch strategy, we were bringing a national treasure and diplomatic tool, more valuable than the Hope Diamond, the Crown Jewels, or any gem sitting in a vault or art hanging on a museum wall. This asset, which needed to be safeguarded against climate, theft, and physical harm, had generated tens of billions of dollars, brought joy to countless citizens around the world, and had the unique power to make men, women, and children of all colors and creeds rise up from couches, movie theaters, subways, and seats on airplanes to cheer, laugh, and cry. I'm not talking about former NBA client Kobe Bryant, or our past marketing ambassador and Olympic champion Michael Phelps either. That day, the asset was known to us on the ground as RDJ. To the world, he's Robert Downey Jr. "What the hell is this?" I asked Andy, pointing to the swelling crowd. "Who are all these people?" There must have been 500 to 600 of them, milling around the red carpet's entrance. Some are workers taking a break, others are fans. Who the fuck knows, really? "Anybody can just walk in here?" I asked, taking in the landscape, knowing that, in roughly 5 hours, Robert Downey Jr. would arrive at the very spot where I was standing. Has anything been done since Downey's security detail came through last night? Doesn't seem like it. I walked over to a flimsy barricade being hastily assembled by a Chinese man, his cigarette jangling in his lips as he hammered wood. "Take a look at these." I put my hand on the top and pushed gently. The barricade teetered. "These will all collapse on the red carpet the moment crowds push against them. Robert could easily get mobbed." Andy pressed his hands to his forehead, thinking about what to do. "We'll fix it. We'll figure it out. We always do." "I know," I said, and it was true. Somehow in China, you just figured it out. On April 6, 2013, I was serving as president of DMG Entertainment Motion Picture Group and general manager of DMG North America. Only a short time before my introduction to DMG in 2000, DMG had been worth roughly $25 million, but it quickly became one of China's fastest-growing private companies. By 2013, its value soared to around $600 million, and if things went well with Iron Man 3, the company aimed to go public on the Shenzhen Stock Exchange. Such a move would turn DMG into a multi-billion-dollar behemoth. On the day of the Iron Man 3 Chinese premiere, I wore many hats. I was the acting link between Hollywood and China, charged with keeping things copacetic amongst the standard chaos. Or perhaps more accurately, I was the captain of a pirate ship cutting through the smog, my crew battening down the hatches before the oncoming media storm. Some may have expected a standard issue.